Okay guys, so today we're going to take you through the Limber 11. The Limber 11 is a mobility routine that you can do by yourself as a session in and of itself, or before or after a session to help mobilize or undo any tightness that you might have accumulated throughout the week, months or years. Okay, so what you're going to need for today guys, you're going to need a foam roller. Any kind of foam roller will do. You're going to need a massage ball. If you don't have a massage ball, you can get a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, a yoga tune-up ball, any kind of ball would do. A block, guys, you can use a towel, a carpet would do, so you're basically going to need something to buffer between the floor and your knee, and then you're also going to need a bench or a chair, alright, something to sit up on for one of the stretches later on. And that's it guys, get ready to rock. So, I'm going to take you on to exercise number 1, which is the IT foam roll. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to mobilize from the knee all the way up to the glute. It's really, really simple, but it can be quite painful if you've never done it before. So we take our foam roller onto the side. We're going to spend 30 seconds on each side, and then we're going to do that 2 times. Okay, so get ready. Timer away, guys. Here we go. So resting onto the outside of the leg, bracing yourself out. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're going to roll up and down, nice and long strokes with the leg, up and down the foam roller, just slightly rotating. Once you find a hot point or a hot spot, you can add a little bit of movement, or a trigger point, it's also called. But what's very, very important is that you do take the weight onto it. Be gentle, you shouldn't have to make a pain face. So Zen Buddhist monk face. And time. Lovely stuff. Okay, so guys, we're going to change sides, opposite leg, getting ready, and we're taking it away again. So we're on to the opposite leg now. So sprawl out across, nice long strokes. Nice deep breaths. Don't forget to breathe whenever you're mobilizing. So again, we're on the outside of the leg. If something feeling excruciating, maybe just stay there. Woo, breathe through it. Little small moves, and then you can go back and move big if it's maybe not so sore. Moving, rotating, always changing, always keeping the muscle guessing. 3, 2, and time. Lovely stuff. So we're going to do that first side yet again. Okay, here we go. Take it down. And we can already maybe feel some change starting to happen. So I'm going to roll down. I'm going to find a hot spot. I'm going to just spend the most of this time flexing. Maybe roll and change. Flexing, extending that leg. Really starting to feel how the muscle responds to movement. And you can feel that muscle as it's tacked down, not really wanting to extend. And relax, lovely stuff. So we change sides again. Last time for the IT foam roll. 3, 2, and let's go. So we're on to our side. Let's go. Get on to it again, guys. This muscle gets very, very wound up. And again, find a trigger point, and we start extending. Give it a little roll, adding that little bit of movement. Can be quite difficult, as it can be quite tender. So again, only load up as much as you're comfortable. You shouldn't have to make a pain face. Take a rest whenever you need. Add little rolls, add little holds, flexing and extending as you need. 3, 2, and time. Lovely stuff. Okay guys, so that is the IT foam roll done. Okay, next up, you're going to need your massage ball, your tune-up ball, your lacrosse ball, your tennis ball, your schlitter, whatever you have. Alright, so we're basically going to put this on the floor. We're going to take our butt cheek right onto the waist, onto the massage ball, and then you're going to start moving. Alright, so my leg's extended at the minute. That's going to be the least amount of weight that I'm putting on it. So if that's pretty tender, maybe this is where you stay. Looking for the trigger point, moving around. Loosening up the glutes, guys, very, very important. If you have any kind of back issues, hamstring issues, groin issues, if that glute's locked up, it is definitely going to start causing you problems. So again, we're just going to run this for 30 seconds. And then we'll change sides, and we'll do that for 2 cycles. Roll around, find a hot spot, stay on it, roll it, press it out, breathe, not making the pain face. Nice, big, dynamic movements. We're nearly there. 3, 2, and change. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we're going to do the same now on the opposite side. Be very careful on my mic. Ready, ups to daisies, and again. Rolling onto that glute. So find maybe you have one side and it's a little bit sore than the other. So again, we shouldn't have to make the pain face. We're just looking around for any tightness, and it feels maybe a little bit ropey, a little bit knotty. So if you went to a sports masseuse, that's where they'd be spending most of their time, on that tight tissue. And again, the legs straight, because I'm just looking to warm up the muscle, just looking to get into maybe not as deep tissue, just a little bit superficial at the minute. And time. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we change back onto the first side. If that was excruciating, guys, stick with that and run it again, all right? But if maybe not as challenging for you guys, you can use a harder ball, or we can progress on to the next move, all right? So we take the leg up and across the knee, and then you're gonna roll. And that is really gonna start exposing the deeper tissue to the ball. And that's what it's all about. So rolling around, breathing through it. Nice, big rotations. Turning that knee, push it down, roll, roll, roll. Weight onto the hip. And again, just look for the hot spots. You have to have your own experience here. You have to know what you're looking for. You shouldn't have to make the pain face. I can't stress that enough. This wants to be something that you can do for the full 30 seconds, not jumping on and off. And switch. Nice job. All right. So, opposite side. Last time. And then we're going to move on to a new exercise. All right. Here we go. Ball down. Glued on. Ready. Take it across. Now, I am actually a lot tighter on this side, so even just to get my foot up is a lot more difficult. So try and find that position that you're comfortable in. You have a little bit of control. And we roll. And again, very, very tender for me now on one side as opposed to the other. Maybe you're the same, but again, just same principles apply. Looking for the hot spot, spend a little bit of time, putting some weight on it, feeling it out, breathing. 3, 2, and take it down. Lovely stuff. So, that's the glute baller. Okay, so next up we got the iron cross. The iron cross is a great exercise for helping you to mobilize your lower back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands out, press them nice and tight to the floor, keep your lower back nice and tight to the floor. So we're working our core and our upper body nice and hard to make sure that we get that nice stabilization. And once we get the stabilization, then we can really start moving and working off that lumbar spine, okay? So here's how it's done. Make sure you got enough space, up to 90 degrees, hands out to the side. We don't want the hands to start lifting, that's our anchor point. And we're gonna keep the knees together, just draw them out to the side. We'll start off nice and slow, and we're gonna run this now for a total of 90 seconds, okay? So up, hands down, and drop down to the side. Big deep breaths. So breathing is very, very important to make sure that you're not panicking, to make sure that you're in control and that you're aware and thinking and concentrating on what you're doing. You're not rushing through it. Feel all the little subtle changes in the body, pay attention and stretch. Very, very important when we start loading up weaker muscles that we're very, very aware of what's happening and what we're doing. And maybe once you're warm, you can start speeding up just that little bit. Maybe you want to even slow down depending on how you're feeling. Maybe it feels great, maybe it doesn't feel so great. So again, know your limits. You might want to go a little bit smaller with the knees. Very light movements off to the side again, controlling the hands and the shoulders as tight to the floor as you can get them. Breathing. Looking the opposite way as the knees drop. All right, last 3, hold it. 2, 1, and steps down. One leg at a time with control. Good stuff. All right, so after that, your lower back should be feeling nice and warm. That's the iron cross. Okay, so next up, we're gonna do a rollover and we're gonna add a deep hip stretch, okay? So here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna lie onto the mat. All right, we're gonna bring our legs right over our head. We're gonna try and touch them off the floor. And then when we land, we're gonna sprawl out the legs and reach forward. All right, so we reach back, try and touch your toes off the ground. Really just letting your back lengthen. Try not to crunch onto your neck. Come down, land with your legs nice and wide. Reach forward, try and get your elbows down to the floor. Stretching out that inner thigh and the hamstrings on the way down. All right, and again, we're going to do this one for 90 seconds just because it's that nice, nice single dimension exercise. So we're not changing sides, so we're just going to double down and we're going to do it for 90 seconds. All right, everybody ready? Here we go. Reach, and this is nice and dynamic. Starting nice and small, we can get bigger as we start to get warmer. And again, trying to get the feet as close to the floor as you can, making sure that the lower back is the one doing the stretching. Breathe nice and regular. Reach and loosen and relax the lower back. So again, trying to create that mind-muscle connection, focusing down around the back. Now we're reaching, and we're starting to improve that range of motion already now. As we start to get nice and warm, the muscles are starting to open up that a little bit for us. We'll take it back, we'll hold and stretch. Stretch, maybe pulse a little bit. Reaching down through that back, roll forward, stretch, stretch, hold, hold, and relax. Lovely stuff, okay? That's the rollover done, guys. So we're gonna move on to our next one. Okay, guys, next up we got the rocking frog. The rocking frog is a great exercise for opening up that inner thigh or that groin area, especially that high groin area. It gets really, really short and tight from us sitting, so this drill is going to be very, very important for damn near everybody, okay? So, toes out, heels working down towards the floor, knees out nice and wide, and we pull our knees in. So you're connecting with the floor and then pulling them in, coming down onto your elbows, and then sitting right back, all right? So we get 90 seconds on the clock, and we'll take it away. 3, 2, and sitting back onto the heels, and coming forward again. So sitting right back onto the heels, and coming forward. Now guys, this is actually my second time doing this due to some filming issues, but I tell you what, it feels like a completely different exercise. So if this is your first time doing it, I'd recommend maybe even at the end, if it felt like you're maybe getting glued into one place, press pause, go back to the start and do this again once it's over, guys. So, 90 seconds twice for this particular tender area. Maybe you don't want 90 seconds, maybe you need 3 minutes, and that's 100% as well. So really, really makes a big difference, the amount of volume, but just taking it nice and gentle, really tender, breathing, focusing, connecting with the exercise, hold, breathe, and take it back out. All right, we'll come up nice and tall onto the hands, trying to drop the hips, keep the foot and knee position the same. We'll sit back. Hips, 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 sinking forward, hips, glutes, sink it back again, hold, down onto the elbows, drive back another little bit, hold it, up, forward, hips, down, really just starting to work at the area, maybe even twisting and moving the hips a little bit if you have it in you. If not, just hold, squeeze your glutes, relax, squeeze your glutes, relax, 1 foot in, 2 foot in, take it off, really gentle and relax, guys. Good stuff. Try not to snap out of that, because if them muscles are tight, you could do yourself an injury. Be very gentle. And that's the rocking frog. Okay guys, next up we got the fire hydrant. The fire hydrant, really good exercise, particularly for the glutes. Okay, so an awful lot of people, when they do the fire hydrants, do them wrong. You may or may not see me doing it wrong at some stage today, but I want to give you the key focus point, which is keeping that arm nice and straight. So a little bit of upper body work and a little bit of attention needs to be paid. As well as that, we don't want to see the trunk wobbling too much when we're doing this exercise. We're going to do this exercise for a total of, we'll say 50 seconds, and we'll do 25 seconds each direction. All right, so we'll go one way for 25 seconds, and then we'll change for another 25 seconds. Okay, so creating your base, nice stable tabletop, lift up the leg, and the way that we want to go is we want to go smaller circle, bigger circle, and then we'll start building down into the smaller circles again. All right, so we'll take it up. We'll start nice and small and timers away. 25 seconds on the clock for your first circles coming forward. Getting bigger every time, and maybe even now go back to your small circles. Small, bigger again, bigger again, bigger again. Keep your arms nice and straight, and we'll go smaller again. Small, small, bigger, 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 and relax. Lovely stuff. Take a knee, whew, take a breath. 3, 2, and we're gonna go backwards on the same leg. Starting small, getting bigger. Really starting to open up that leg. Try and keep your heel nice and tight to your butt as best you can. I know it's difficult. Try and keep your arms straight as best you can. Again, another difficult thing to do. Nice and big, nice and big. Woo! Smaller, smaller, bigger, bigger, and take it down. Lovely stuff. All right, now we do the other side. Glutes on fire. Okay, so we're changing sides now. Same again, 25 seconds forward, and then we'll do 25 seconds backwards. Take it up, heel nice and tight to the butt. We're moving around. Smaller, bigger, bigger, bigger. Smaller, bigger, bigger, bigger. Smaller, bigger, and bigger. So really trying to keep that nice stability. Keep the glutes moving, keep the arms as straight as you can. 3, 2, and relax. Lovely stuff. We're gonna change side or change direction now. Go again. 3, 2, coming backwards. Here we go. And again, so we start small, working on bigger, bigger, bigger. Go small again. Small, slightly bigger, bigger circle. So there's a circle around a circle, around a circle. Keep it up. Keep your heel nice and tight to your butt as best you can. Bigger, 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 and relax. Lovely stuff. Well done. That's your fire hydrants. All right, team. So next up, we got the groiner. Again, gonna open up the groin. All right, so groin and hamstrings. We'll jump right in. Really simple idea. Can be quite difficult to deliver. All right, so hands nice and flat to the floor as best you can. We can let our heel come up if you need to. The emphasis here is on driving the hips down to the floor. All right, so what we're gonna do is we'll do 45 seconds total, and we'll run that twice. We'll take a small little break in between, okay? So, push, push, push. That's us gone. Switch. Push, 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 switch. Push. Really working down, and we switch. So again, we're not getting too dynamic yet. We're just starting to lengthen the whole system, and we switch again. Big push, big stretch, big stretch. Try and keep your back leg as straight as you can, and switch. If it feels like you want to stay on a certain side for a little bit longer, feel free, guys. Be your own man / woman. 3, 2, and relax. Lovely stuff. So take 10 seconds off, guys. We're going to start doing that a little bit more dynamically now. So we're going to jump from one position into the other. All right, if you can't do that, feel free to just stick on them step outs. All right, so step, and we switch, and we switch, switch, push into that groin, switch, 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 getting right up into the high hip tissue. Switch. Do your best to keep your back as straight as you can. Switch. So just landing and we're pulsing. Again, feel free to step out if you need to. Three, 2, and take it down. Good job, well done. The COCCYX squat. This exercise is really, really good for the adductors, so the inner thigh, okay? As well as that, it's gonna take in an awful lot of stability components and also a little bit of a strength component. I will show you how to kind of reduce it so maybe the stability component isn't as hard. Actually, I'll do that really quick now, so you can pick before we start. You basically need something that's gonna prop you up. So when you're sliding side to side, you can take a little bit of the weight with your upper body, all right? So we're kind of switching like this a little bit. And whether or not you need this, guys, you should know, okay? Getting ready, so into the COCCYX squat. We stand nice and wide, we stay there nice and low. We're gonna run this for 60 seconds, all right? So we stand nice and wide, get ready. 3, 2, slide down nice and low. Point your toe up towards the roof, try and keep your heel down, and we switch. So the heel's down, maybe even drive that knee out. Turn, have a look at the other foot, make sure that knee is staying out. We're switching from one side into the other. Big stretch, switch, big stretch, switch, big stretch. Really lengthen that inner thigh. Working right up into the groin, get that elbow in, push your knee out, sink down as low as you can, switch it out, elbow into the knee, toe pointing up, foot flat to the floor, knees working outside the big toe. Switching every single time, change the direction, really working for that stretch. Stand in a little bit narrow if you're finding it stretched a little bit too far. Switching every side, keeping it nice and fluid. Big stretch. Put some weight on it once you're warm. We should be warm by now. Last 3, 2, 1, and time. That's the COCCYX squat. The executive stretch. So this exercise here is going to play a crucial role in opening up that inner groin and activating the glute and freeing up the room in the glute for that knee to basically externally rotate, move off to the side for you, okay? So we'll jump right in, guys. You might notice we're paying particular attention to up here today. Very, very tight area, so a big problem area for an awful lot of athletes, okay? So we're going to take this for 45 seconds each side. Starting off, left leg over right knee, okay? I'm going to prop the foot up and pull it in, and then we're really just going to start spending some time working on this knee, all right? Timer away, let's go. Push down. If you want to push down and lean forward, you'll feel it even more. And again, maybe use the bench, use your shin, use your elbow, putting some weight on it and just trying to get that knee to start opening up the whole hip. You want to lift up that foot, start driving up the knee, pushing down, really start feeling that biting on the glute. Push it in, twisting and contorting the knee, it shouldn't be too painful. And again, you can round the back to get there if you need to. Use the bench again to get there if you need, but just moving for the duration, leaning, pressing, and making sure above all, we're working for the entire duration. 5 seconds, and then we're going to change sides. Push, push, and relax. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we're going to change sides now. Getting ready, so it's the opposite leg coming across the knee. Take it up, take it across, get some control, plant the foot, and we got 45 seconds on the clock away again. So again, pushing down with the knee. You might find you got one troubled side. So for me, my right side is tighter than my left. That's okay. Just trying to work that out long term. Big push. Again, if you need a little bit of help, you can use your leg by driving up that knee. It's going to make things an awful lot more difficult, and you'll be able to get some mobilization done early on. Otherwise, you're going to have to work that knee down, lean the chest in. Be quite difficult and really painful to do. Push down. Hold, release, come back in, deeper, push, use your elbow, use the bench, whatever you need, and finish. Lovely stuff, take it down. And that's the executive stretch, guys. You can do that nearly anywhere. Great as part of the routine, or great just to do at your desk or working at home, wherever you're sitting down. Okay, so the couch stretch. So this is called the couch stretch, guys, because you can do it using your couch, so you can do it at home. All right, or what you can do is you can do it freelance without a couch. So if you maybe haven't got a couch, God love you. All right, so basically you want to do it. The original shape is coming knee to bench or knee to couch. All right, ideally you have a carpet there or a towel under your knee, otherwise you're going to eat the cement, okay? So basically we're going to step forward with that opposite leg. We're going to grab onto our back foot, or your couch is going to run up and you're going to need that toe completely vertical. So we're pointing straight up from knee all the way up to our toe. We bridge and we hold. Okay, so either you don't have to hold here because your couch is here and you can focus just on that hip drive, but keeping your core tight is very, very important. Now we're just going to hold this now for the 45 seconds. Squeezing your glutes. You might want to move in and move back, move in and move back. Reach back with 2 feet, or 2 hands, sorry, to the foot, and push that hip down, pulling that toe right in. So very, very important to stretch the front of your hip, all right, or the front of the leg. It gets very, very, very short from sitting, and that's a problem that we're going to try and get rid of. I said 45 seconds each side, trying to stay up nice and tall, sinking into the hip without escaping through your lumbar. 5 seconds. Last 3, 2, take the gas off, take it down, and we'll switch side. Okay, so guys, you can do that exactly the same way again. I'll show you how to do it on a block. So either run that again, guys, as is, or you can do it on a block. So you take your knee onto a block, or your mat, your carpet, something soft. This is nice because there's a little bit of a rise to it. All right, going to make my life a little bit more easy. All right, so making sure, because you will roll forward, you're quite onto the block. You've got a nice space between your body and your front foot. And then again, we just have at it for another 45 seconds. All right, so again, really working this hip tissue by moving nice circular motions, because the hip is a ball and socket joint. It's very important we work that circle, and we've got that good range. Holding, find the tight corner, spend some time there, squeeze your butt, keep your core solid, push down deeper, take it back, drive back in. So constantly moving, holding and working through the tension. Up nice and tall. You can use both hands if you can reach. Heel right into the butt. Hold tight. Breathe. Just spending some time with the muscle that's tight, and that's what's the main thing. 3, 2, take it back, take it down nice and slow. Oh, mind your block, and that's the couch stretch. All right, guys, that'll do it for the limber 11. Congratulations, well done. Try and incorporate this into a part of your daily routine, or at least on recovery days, ideally on recovery days and on very, very hard exercise sessions, particularly when you know when the exercise session's got something to do with maybe an aspect of mobility that you're struggling with. This will certainly help improve your strength and improve or decrease the risk of you getting injured during your session. Thanks very much.